Hello. Yeah, finally I get to start on this this bike. So as you're watching this, weather permitting, I should be actually in the garage assembling this bike. Now I've had this bike since 2015, believe it or not, October 2015. I bought the frame for a whopping 99p, and that was the frame, the forks, headset. But what I also bought at the same time off the same guy was the handlebars, the stem and the head badge. Around the same time I also picked up that wheel set that you can see, and it all came together, but the intention kind of was, I think at the time, to build a fixie, and then that went out the window and I decided to restore it to kind of an original piece. So what I've got here is I believe it's a 1977 Peugeot PR10, possibly the LE version, possibly a different. They're all very similar, and unfortunately all the brochures that are found are in French, German, I think Dutch, one of them. So it's been quite hard to actually properly research. I mean, I can use Google Translate and that, but to like properly research what we've got, it's been quite tough. I've been trying to use those and pictures to track down all the components. Now anyway, what I'm focusing on this for is because this bike is built with Reynolds tubing, only on the main triangle though, so only the down tube, top tube which is up there, and the seat tube which is back there. They're the only tubes that have Reynolds tubing, and it's 531. The PX10, the next level up, I believe that bike would have been fully Reynolds, but this one just had the 3 tubes. Why, I don't know. Now the head badge isn't on there at the moment. I don't know why the seller took it off, but he did, so I've got to put that back on. But you can see kind of how deep and rich the ruby red was. I'm not going to be restoring this like completely original, as in, I'm not going to be restoring this paintwork and all. I'm not going to be respraying it or anything like that. Like, I've spent far too much money on it already. So I'm going to try and restore the colour as best as possible, and then obviously put all the original components back on. Now focusing a little up here, got the headset, handlebars, stem, and it's all French. Naturally, as you can expect to find on a French bike, it is all French. So, I mean, you've got an Atax stem, Atax bars. They are 22mm and not the 22.2mm standard. The bars, I think, are slightly smaller as well. I think they are 25 rather than 25.4. And the threading on the headset is French, which has a 1mm pitch, if I remember rightly. So all this had to be like specifically with the bike. I mean, you can change out the headset and go with like a standard 24 threads per inch, 1-inch headset, but then you'd have to change the forks, you'd have to change the handlebars and stem and all that jazz. And I just wanted to keep it original. Now the seat post here caused me a few headaches. The tube here was all different sizes, like putting the calipers round. I eventually settled on, well, I'll have to put on the screen what I settled on, and it seems to fit. It seems to fit all right in there. You've got an alloy seat post, fluted, that I found. Is it a strong one? I can't remember. But yeah, that fits. I don't know, I'm going to guess 26.4. Did I get that right? I don't know. That fits, and if we go up a bit, we've got the saddle. Whoa, wrong way. We've got the saddle, and it's not original. It should have an ideal saddle on there. Ideal something or other. Should be leather. I've gone for a bit more comfy because it was cheap at the time to buy, and it's a San Marco, and it's actually in good condition. I need to fill in the red writing a little bit, but it looks alright. It looks good. So I'm not sure if you can see from there, but the dropouts on this bike are Simplex branded. I think front and rear. So that's another nice little feature, and they've got the little inserts in there to hold the real wheel in the right place. As you can see from this part around the change stage, the paint isn't the best, but it's the age of the bike. It's 70s. It's what, like 40 years old now? Yeah, 40 years old. I still think it looks good. Like, I like that kind of paint. It would look awesome if it was completely restored, but I do not have that like £200 to get it like it professionally done. Ah, the crankset. Right, this is the headache this is the piece that's caused me the most headache on this bike. The bottom bracket. When I originally bought the bike, I believe the seller said something along the lines of the bottom bracket was stuck. This drive side was in place, and well, I bought it because I was like, I'll be able to get that out, no worries. I thought French bike, French threads, of course. Tried it out, and yeah, it isn't a British thread. It's got the old measuring thingy-mabobbies out, and tried them, and it is French threaded. Is it 35 mil by 1 mil pitch, I think. So I went ahead and bought a strong light French bottom bracket, and I didn't know the size of the axle. I didn't know the size of the axle that I should use. I did research, and I think it told me I should have had like a 108 mil axle. That was wrong. That was definitely wrong. Well, it could have been right, but trying to match up these strong light cranksets and axle sizes and what have you is kind of difficult. So anyway, this French bottom bracket arrived. I got the drive side out finally. Went to thread in this French bottom bracket, which has reverse threading standard, so the drive side threads in clockwise and the non-drive side threads in anti-clockwise. Non-drive side went in fine, absolutely perfect. Drive side I could not get to go in. Like, I couldn't understand why I couldn't get this to go in. Turns out I actually have a Swiss bottom bracket, which has French threading, but the the directions are different. So I've currently got the French non-drive side in there, and the original drive side, which is Swiss. And the reason the crankset is on is because I couldn't get it off. Once I put the crankset onto that short axle and realised it bottomed out on the frame, it requires a special tool to get off, which I've now bought. The strong light cranks have weird threading in here to get extractors in there. So I think you've got the TA and the TS, and this is a TS crankset. So you've got two different types, and they fed into strong light specifically, so I couldn't get that off. I'm gonna have to put a longer axle in there. Hopefully I can match up the ends, because the square taper is different on these. But yeah, that's been a massive pain in the ass. And it's got French threaded pedals as well, so the M14. So yeah, I'll probably talk about more about that in the build. Now the wheels, these beauties are Tubulars. I randomly found them on eBay and bought them. I don't think I even thought about connecting them to the Peugeot, but they're actually the wheels from the Peugeot. Normandy high flange hubs and Mavic tubular rims. They're all perfect. I just need to polish them up. I've already started on this rear one. I have never fitted a tubular tyre before, so that's going to be interesting. They spin perfect, they are aligned perfectly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to get these on. They're light. They're great. Like, can't fault them. And then in this box here, we've got all the rest of the parts. We've got all my cables ready. I've got this. We've got simplex derailleurs and simplex gears all round. This front derailleur was actually broke, so I've repaired it with some super glue on the inside. Like, ground it out and repaired it. It's nice and strong now. All the other ones that I found on eBay had exactly the same failure as this, like a crack running up the middle. So I guess that's a common fault on these, but it is the right derailleur for the bike. That's good. Got some Mavic, what do you call them? Brake levers, racer brake calipers. We've got this lovely simplex rear derailleur, absolutely beautiful, with the Peugeot badge on it. And that is that was tracked down through the doohickeys, brochures, some simplex shifters there from the brochures, and pictures that I found. Leotard pedals in here somewhere. Where are they? Here. These need a bit of cleaning up. Leotard 136R pedals. Yep, there to go on. Got some straps, and the rest of the parts are just well, like new hoods and everything. So we've got all that to go on. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to be building this right now when you're watching this video. Hopefully. And hopefully you'll see it soon. I don't know if I'm going to take it out straight away, because it's horrible outside at the moment. But yeah, I need to scoot. I need to get to sports therapy, so I'm going to end this video now. Look forward to the build. It's coming very, very, very soon, and maybe I'll ride this bike in Eroica, Britannia this year. So yeah, I need to scoot quickly. Keep an eye out. Thanks for watching.